Hi, everyone. Surprise. Happy Monday. I know we don't normally have a new podcast, but there is something that is happening that is too amazing not to be shared because I already have like podcasts lined up. So we had to do this bonus episode of the podcast to tell you all about a FAM. If you are a cruise specialist, if you are a luxury specialist, if you have clients that just want to do something a little bit different, you'll want to be tuning into this episode because we are talking to the Chief Commercial Officer of Windstar Cruises, Janet Bava, about a super duper last minute cruise that you should be sailing with us on. Both of us will be there. This is like a marketing masterclass. So it's not just a FAM. You'll learn a lot about Windstar and the experience and the Mediterranean because we're sailing from Rome to Barcelona. But if marketing is one of your weaknesses and you really want to go into 2024 with a strong marketing plan, you'll want to be there to get the guidance of us too. So welcome, Janet. I know we've talked a bunch recently on different podcasts and things.
I am so excited to be here, and I just love the surprise bonus. We have something incredible that you do not want to miss out on. Right. And I can tell you there's a lot of noise right now with Black Friday, Travel Tuesday coming up. So we're going to be talking not only about an opportunity that you need to take advantage of in December, but you can really be promoting this sailing for Travel Tuesday through Black Friday to your clients, and we can help you on that as well. But yes, so excited to be here, Rita. I always have so much fun with you. So I know that this trip is going to be a blast, and it's going to be time well spent, like you mentioned.
Yeah. And so like if you have the dates are officially December 10th through the 17th. We do start in Rome. We end in Barcelona. There's stops in Livorno, Marseille, Nice. Am I missing one of the? I think that's it because there's a couple overnights.
So we have overnights. This is the best part. Like you can't do Rome in a day. So we're going to overnight in Rome. And usually the cruise lines, right? They just spend a few hours because you're either embarking and then setting sail the following day. But we're actually going to allow you to come on board after your flight, leave your luggages, and go and explore the city. Then you have the following day to go and explore the city as well. And because it is December, there's nothing more magical for the Christmas holiday than Rome, whether you are Catholic or not. Like it is just a spectacular city to experience during this time of year. The weather is absolutely perfect. So bring out your most stylish coats and boots because we're going to be traveling. Or guess what? We can actually just go shopping in Rome. You don't even have to bring an empty luggage and go shopping with me in Rome, because I can tell you, after being there for so many years, so many times, year in and year out, for those of you who know me, know that my husband's Italian and I met him in Rome. This is the city of love. So single ladies, come and, let's go shopping and possibly find your next love. Lots of things. And of course, learn social media marketing and grow our cruise business. I mean, that is an absolute factor and objective in this cruise as well. But we're going to be overnighting in Rome. Then we go to Livorno, which we know that is so close to Florence. So you're going to want to either go to, I'm going to go back to the shopping trip, go to the outlets in Florence, which the best Gucci store in the world exists there. Or we can actually go and see the Uffizi and the statue of David. There was so many people talking about Europe this summer being so crowded. They couldn't get into the museums and they couldn't get into the iconic monuments that they wanted to visit. This is your chance to visit Europe when it is so beautiful, less crowded, not as hot as the summer. The airfare rates are spectacular. So good. And being able to see, check the air rates. I mean, you'll be pretty surprised the flights and the routes that you can get to Rome and come back from Barcelona. Right. Then we're going to do the French Riviera. We're going to overnight in Nice. And one of the fun facts that I found out, Rita, is that actually the very wealthy and rich in the early 1900s used to vacation in the French Riviera during the winter because of the beautiful weather. Now it can be, it can be colder, of course, in the summer. And it's not like if you're going to do a bath, even though I have seen people swimming in in the French Riviera in the wintertime, and we all know how great cold plunges can be. Right. That will not be me.
Nope.
That will not be me. But anyhow, you can visit the French Riviera like the wealthy did in the early 1900s. We go to Marseille. And then we will finally arrive into Barcelona, and we will not get you off the ship immediately. We overnight in Barcelona. As you know, the port is right near the end of like Las Ramblas. So, just really center. We can go and visit La Sagrada Familia, which is also a very hot destination. It's very hard to get into. So you're going to want to secure that sooner rather than later, but just so much to do in these beautiful, iconic cities of Rome. So we want to, kind of make sure that it's a great pace and lots of overnights and lots of times that we can spend together, because we talk about marketing and we talk about social media, and that's nothing that you can learn in a day.
Right.
So having a week long to experience the ship, and for us to have several sessions on how to build your marketing plan, especially preparing for Wave, so that you can have the materials, the marketing materials, the content that you need to succeed during this Wave season, which is going to be incredibly fruitful for travel advisors who are prepared. So this is your chance to come and join Rita and I. We're going to have a lot of fun, but we're going to learn, and we're going to put a good, solid business plan to sell and grow your Windstar Cruise sales. And yes, I know it's that word still comes out of my mouth very easily, but this is going to be about learning with Janet, just like I am. It's going to be my first time sailing in Star Legends. So we're going to be learning together what sets Windstar apart.
Yes. And so I'm so glad we got lots of the logistics out, because I was like, let me just spit that out. Yes, it is happening in just a few weeks. But airfare is so good. I know myself, like from Orlando, I know someone in Indiana had priced it out like between $600 and $1,000 for economy or premium economy seats. I think somebody said even like $1,200. So airfare is not outrageous right now. As a bonus too, so we're not going to mention any rates here right now. It is super affordable. So head over to the show description to like get all the full details of what the rate is, what's included in the rates. You also will have an opportunity, if you wanted to stay an additional night before the cruise or an additional night after the cruise, to stay on the ship. So that helps too, if you wanted to like combat a little bit of jet lag and not have to worry about finding a different hotel and everything like that. You can just stay on board, and Windstar will go ahead and take care of all of that for you. Now, I would love to hear a little bit more about the Windstar experience, because I know you just experienced it for yourself. This is what I'm super excited about. This is small ship ocean cruising, less than 400 passengers on board for the Star Legend. So give us all the ins and outs about sailing with Windstar.
Absolutely. So Windstar has been known for over 36 years now to be sailing the iconic French Polynesians Tahiti. And they're also very well known for their sailboats, their sail ships. So those who have dreamed of sailing the waters and the oceans of the world, this is your perfect opportunity to do it, but with the comforts of having extraordinary restaurants on board, crews servicing your every need. And so you have the sailboats that have maximum 350 passengers. There's two of them that are intimate, only 150, which is the Windstar and the Wind Spirit. And then you have the largest sailboat in the world, the Windsurf, right? That carries 342 passengers and does phenomenal destinations like the Caribbean, St. Kitts, St. Bart's, Curacao, St. Martin, just the iconic Caribbean islands. And so that experience, imagine, when the mast and the sails are opened up and you're sailing these beautiful waters, just, magical. And that's what Windstar has been known for quite some time. During the pandemic, or a little bit prior to the pandemic, they acquired 3 yachts, motorboat yachts, all suite ships. And what they did during the pandemic, they said, okay, no one's sailing right now, so let's cut the ship in half, let's expand it, and let's remodel it. And they spent over $250 million remodeling the ship. So the Star Legend, it's the yacht style ship, all suites, and this is the one that we're going to experience. And I know we're not going to talk about the pricing, but the pricing is the all-inclusive fare. That's another thing that sets Windstar apart. Not only are your clients able to book cruise only for those that don't want to be connected in Wi-Fi and truly want to disconnect, or they're not drinking alcoholic beverages and they just don't feel that package is needed. We have cruise only rates and we have all-inclusive rates,
Mm.
which include the Wi-Fi and cocktails and beverages. So it's just an incredible value. It's about choice, right? Depending on if you're even taking out a group, you have the choice of having one person or one cabin and stateroom have the all-inclusive and one have cruise only. So it's just really a lot of flexibility. It is also a cruise line that's very solo traveler friendly. We know one of the biggest struggles for people who travel on their own, and we've seen a huge influx and a huge demand from those who want to travel on their own. They don't have a partner, or they don't want to travel with a guest in their same stateroom, and they have to pay single supplements. So we have not only very low single supplements, but there are select sailings that actually have zero single supplement that you can sell for your clients. And so that is a phenomenal, I think, also differentiator for Windstar, because we're seeing more and more people wanting to travel with even a group of single ladies, right? They don't want to share the room because they want to have their own bathroom. So we allow that flexibility on select sailings. And so these all suite ships, we are the exclusive and the only cruise line part of the James Beard Foundation.
Yes.
So we have excellent culinary experiences on board. I'm super excited to try some of the dining venues that I've been reading about in my last 90 days on the job. And so just really spectacular when it comes to not only the culinary and the cuisine, but the dietary for those who are being a little bit more health conscious. We do work with the American Health Association on plant-based food and options, and that's part of our core menu. So really excited about just the overall culinary experience. And I hear that one of our culinary directors, Peter Tobler, who's very well known in the industry, handpicks our wine selection. So I'm also very excited to come on board and, just try some of the wines that he has been raving about these last few weeks as we're getting ready to set sail.
Awesome. Oh, I cannot wait. I think that is my second top favorite thing, is that it is a culinary type cruise. And especially with me with dietary needs, I'm like, oh, I know I'm not going to have to worry about it, because these people, if they're trained like that with Chef James Beard caliber, everything's going to be set on board.
Yeah. And you know what? I was waiting for this to load because I could not believe my eyes, but it is true. At this moment, for our friends from Los Angeles, because this was my flight, there are economy flights, ITA, nonstop, right? From LA to Rome. And then there is a stop, I think, on the way back from Barcelona. It does stop for $800. Okay. So that is unheard of to go to Europe. We all know what people paid to go to Europe this summer.
Right.
So premium pricing, premium economy, $1,500. That is extremely competitive. And we have some business class seats here for $3,700. So I would actually probably, purchase business class seats with that difference. So this is just to give you an idea. This is Los Angeles, the most Western city in the United States. That's why I use that, because that's where I live. And usually those prices are higher to Europe than the cities on the East Coast. So no excuse. We want to see you all on board, right, Rita?
Yes, we do. And we are going to be doing a pre-webinar to get you all set up, talking about the behind the scenes. So one of the best things, aside from getting the Windstar experience, is that you're going to be able to get your own images and videos from this cruise. So I'm not saying that you have to be a professional photographer or anything. We're going to teach you the techniques, and we're going to tell you about some of the tools that you can utilize, so that instead of going to some of those freebie sites like Unsplash or Pixabay or Pixels, you can get actual images from being on a luxury cruise ship in the Mediterranean during the winter time. I know we all have been there where we're like, why aren't there images of these things? And you can grasp that yourself to use in your social media or your email marketing or your websites. That's, I think, one of my favorite things, is that you get hands on the ground and diverse images with the diverse group of people that will be joining us, which hopefully does include you. But we're also going to be doing some master classes on the ship. I think you're going to be doing something more on the Windstar experience, and then I'll be doing something about creating content, being able to create content for a year from just this one FAM trip. Do I have that right on what you're training on? I was like, I can't remember.
Yes, absolutely. And I think we're going to talk about how do you embed Windstar into your product, right? In terms of what you offer your clients. So for instance, this Star Legend is a sister ship to the Star Breeze and the Star Pride.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of the, oh, I can't believe I forgot to talk about the water sports platform. So what we have is we have these ships where you can actually jump off a ship. It's actually legal to jump off of Windstar in the back of the water sports platform. We have these same 3 ships that are the Star Breeze is arriving to Tahiti, and she's going to be sailing through Tahiti. The second one, the Star Pride, does Caribbean, and she also does Europe, as well as the Star Legend, right? She's doing Europe probably year round now that we've redeployed her. But you have an opportunity with the onboard shots to embed those lifestyle shots that are taking in the ship itself, take some of our pictures from Star Breeze, and now you can promote, and you have your own content, not only to promote the Med in Europe, but how do you sell other products that are attractive to your clients? You may have clients that prefer warm weather destinations. Perfect. I want to jump off a ship into the Caribbean waters during the winter on the Star Breeze. You can use the content that we're going to film on board. We're going to tell you how to do that. Of course, do not wear a turtleneck, right, during that photo shoot, because if you're in the Caribbean, you're going to be wearing a turtleneck. So we're going to, through our pre-cruise webinar that we're going to be telling you about, when that is, we're going to help you prepare to get the most out of this cruise. So I am now the Windstar representative for you. We're going to teach you what all the new offers. We're going to tell you all the tools you have in place, online booking engine to help you sell and make probably the most out of this next wave season that we all have to be prepared for. Yep. And we all want to get in front of.
Yeah, I am thinking about like the first moment that like you step on a cruise ship. If I'm thinking like a mass market ship, I kind of know what that experience, huge like line to get into security and then check in, and then once you're on board, people are selling you drink packages or buy this spa thing or specialty dining. So I know you haven't sailed the Med with Windstar yet, but what is that like onboarding experience? Like what are the differences between a large ship and Windstar?
I love that question. Think about it as your own private yacht. It's intimate. This ship only has 315 passengers. You have a spa, you have a gym, right? So you are being catered to, you have your dining options. And as a small ship where we dock in or we anchor, right, you're going to be able to easily get on and off. There's absolutely no lines. And because you're going to be taking advantage of your all-inclusive rate, right, that means that almost everything is included on board, right? Of course, your spa would not be. Right. You do also, the shore excursions would be extra, but that gives you the freedom and the liberty, especially if you're spending overnight within these cities. You can do a shore excursion and also have time on your own. So that flexibility, your clients want to be able to do a shore excursion, see as much of the city through that tour, but then have time on their own to go shopping and not have to be rushed. And that's the thing with the mass market cruise lines, right? Or most cruise lines, when they're not in port or paying those fees to be able to be there longer, it feels like a rush. You just seen and experienced a beautiful destination, and you don't want to be rushed away and have to leave so quickly. You want to enjoy more of the destination and learn for your client's sake. So that's why we also have the pre and the post cruise option. If you want to add a night and spend one extra day in Rome, one extra day in Barcelona, if you haven't been to these cities, I know I go to Rome every single year to visit our family there, and there's still so much of Rome that I haven't seen. So there's so much to explore in these cities. Barcelona, people know Las Ramblas and La Sagrada Familia, but there's so much more quarters and beautiful places to visit in Barcelona, and you really want to enjoy these cities and destinations. Nice as well, right? These are iconic cities that you just want to have more time to enjoy. So this is just, consider this your floating boutique hotel that allows you a lot more freedom than a lot of other cruise lines do. So we're excited. And you said about if you're not a cruiser, if you think your clients are not cruiser, this is also the perfect opportunity to introduce them to cruising. This is the kind of cruising that you want to be very confident that your clients will enjoy, because they get to unpack once and see multiple cities and countries, and of course be, treated like absolutely are VIP. Every person is a VIP on board this ship.
Yes. That's, I think, part of what I'm excited about is that I've been doing a lot of interior holiday sailings, and now to be able to do more of a coastal sailing, there's just like so
Yeah.
many comparisons
Mhm.
that I'm excited to see what the differences are, and for everybody to experience this and have this like in your back pocket to either verbally be telling your clients or to be able to like create reels or TikToks or blog posts that you can put out there and increase your visibility.
Yeah,
I
and we're going to be
know.
doing lives. Are we going to be doing lives? Because can we
Oh,
talk about the live that one of our travel agents did the last cruise that we sailed on, where then he created a group while he was there live
yep.
while on board, and I think sold 8 cabins by the time he got off the ship 7 days later. That's the type of business that we want to talk to you about. We want you
Yeah.
to come experience the brand, but come out of that knowing that your time and your money is well invested into the future of your business.
Yes. I know that shore excursions are not included, but we were working on a special package to get
Mhm.
those content creation assets. Do we have any more information on that yet, or is that still being worked on?
That is still being worked on right now. As you all know, we had the challenge of having to redeploy the ship. We were going to
Mm.
be, we were going to have the inaugural sailing of our Middle East cruises.
Yeah.
So the team has been working vigorously on getting everything ready and redeploying her to this region. And part of that is also curating, because we don't outsource our shore excursions. We hand pick and highly curate our own shore
Love
excursions
that.
with partners on the ground. But this is done by our in-house team, which is so important because that way you know that everything has been vetted through the Windstar team, who has a lot of high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And so that package will be announced very soon in terms of what we can do. And we can sell probably a package of 3, and Rita will be accompanying with you so that you can be taking those shots of the experience and you can promote that as well in your
Yes.
marketing.
Love that. One of the other things that came to mind, I'm like, okay, we're sailing like pretty close to the holidays. Maybe
Mhm.
I should attempt to take a carry-on with me. Can you
Ah.
tell us about laundry service aboard Windstar
Mhm.
for those others who might be thinking the same thing?
I love that question because I learned from my first experience with Windstar in Tahiti how amazing the laundry service is. And I'm going to quote Diana Rom, who's our vice president of sales. She's like, Janet, take a small bag, and even if your clothes get crammed in there, give it to the laundry service, and you're going to see your clothes are going to be pressed like they have never been pressed before. And so we
Nice.
have amazing laundry service on board,
Okay.
very competitive pricing. I won't be able to quote our laundry on board, but yes, bring a carry-on. Let us do the laundry for you on board the ships. And also, I would say, Rita, take a carry-on on the way there. But for those of you who are going to accompany me shopping, you
Right.
may want to consider putting a folded bag in your luggage for the stuff we're going to buy when we go
Right.
shopping to places that I will recommend you to go to.
That it's funny because one of my friends, she's like, but what about the things that you bring back? And I'm like, ooh, shush your
Or you
mouth.
put it, yeah, you put a bag. I do like it's like a duffel bag that's pretty flat.
Uh-huh.
And I fold that. And I put that in my bag that I'd use for carry-on. And then you can always then check in the carry-on and then bring that as your personal or
Right.
your carry-on item with your personal bag after that. So that
Oh, I
always
love
helps me a lot, especially because it's winter.
right.
Bring one coat, right? And then you just
Right.
bring layers. We all know winter is all about one beautiful coat that goes with all of your outfits, solid, preferred. And then
Yes.
you have all the layers in how in like that you can switch. And winter's all about accessories. So bring different color beanie hats or different just jewelry pieces, different glasses. Just change the accessories and you'll look like a different person in each shot.
Yeah, I'm attempting to look at weather, but it looked like because we are in the Med and not really like in central, like in the countries, that we were gonna get pretty nice weather, possibly like highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s.
Mhm.
So knock on
Yeah,
wood.
you
I
may
also
get
have to think of
colder.
sea breeze.
Yeah, I will speak to the weather gods, but I mean, you may get 1 or 2 days of like light rain, and really cold, like maybe in the lower 50s, but I don't think we're going to see lower than 50s, which is pretty warm for our friends in Canada. So,
Right.
and friends in New York and the Northeast region. So I would say this is definitely probably crispier weather than what, you know, most of the US and North America is used to.
Mhm.
And you do have still in December some really, and it's early December. So I think we're going to hopefully have some really beautiful in the low 60s, you know, high 50s, which with when there's sun, that is absolutely perfect
Yeah.
weather for the Med.
I am
Definitely the French
so
Riviera, probably very promising, I hope. But just prepare
yes.
probably one. The Med is usually like, you know, you have 1 or 2 days and maybe one, like if you're, some people will have 7 days of beautiful weather. Some people will have 2 or 3 days where we have rain, but not to worry. We have umbrellas in, you know, to take care of you if it does rain. And I think that
Yay.
also brings some of the magic of Europe. Glistening, those monuments glistening, it's just beautiful during that time.
Yes, I love that. And just being able to see it during the holidays. For me,
Mhm.
it has been I 2007 was the last time that I was in Italy. So I
Oh,
am super
that's too
excited to
long.
be going back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too long. That's too long to stay away from Italy and
Oh
Spain. To
yeah.
me, Spain and Italy, I can go every year. Sometimes I've actually gone twice a year, but that's just because
Ooh,
of family and all of that. But yeah, you can't get bored, and you'll never see all of Italy or all of Spain, no matter how many times you go. You just don't feel
yes.
like if you saw enough.
Yeah. Did we forget anything? I think we've covered like all the bases. Oh, and you'll get
I would
access
just
to
say,
cabin tours.
yeah, absolutely. And I would just say we were going to do exclusive cabin tours. We'll do some shots inside the cabins. We'll teach you how to do some testimonials. But I would say, you know where to find us. We are so responsive, right, Rita? Leave us a comment, leave us a question that you may have. But let's get you booked so we can get you the best suite available. It is best cabin available at this time. So the sooner you book, the better cabin that you will get, the better
Yes.
stateroom that you will get. So they're better suites, actually. They're all suites. They're not cabins and staterooms. These are suites. So contact us as soon as possible so that we can get you your suite secured. And look at those flights. Don't take it from us. Look yourself. Do a
Right.
Google flight search and look for yourself. These are pretty competitive air rates.
Right. And I think like
You don't want to miss out.
that's the other thing is that if you're going with us on the FAM, the single supplement is waived on the FAM, which
Zero.
that doesn't happen a lot. So if you're like, oh, I have to get a roommate, no, you don't. You're just gonna
No.
make a lot of friends with us on board.
Yes, 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 yes. We want you to have your own bathroom.
Yes.
Because we want you to get ready and come to class or get ready and go on that shore excursion or go to dinner. We don't want anybody delaying you getting to where you need to go next.
Exactly. So if you were like, sign me up, let's do this, go ahead, head on over to the show description. There is going to be a link to a Google Doc with all the information, all the rates, what's included, what we have some ideas about. And then there will also be a link to a Google form that you can submit your information. And so we need to know, like, if you're going to be a single, if you're going to be a double, make sure, please double check that your email address is correct, because that's the
Yes,
one that we'll send over to Windstar so the Windstar reps can go ahead and get you booked. But we are so stinking excited to see you in
yes.
just a few weeks. Help you learn a little bit more about Windstar and up your marketing game for 2024.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We'll see you all soon. And happy Thanksgiving, since this is a bonus episode.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Grateful for you and grateful for you even listening in on this podcast.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week.